Chappell Roan's press agent momentarily lost track of her Tuesday while connecting a call to the 19-year-old singer-songwriter. "I believe she might be home," Kim Bolin, with Atlantic Records, told the news leader. "She's been all over the place," Bolin added. "She was just in Italy." As it turned out, Roan had indeed just returned to Willard from Italy after a one-year anniversary trip with her boyfriend. It was also a celebration for another reason. Roan's first single, Good Hurt, was released August 3rd with a favorable review from Interview magazine, which singled out Roan's striking maturity and surprisingly deep vocals for praise. But on a Tuesday in August, Roan was far from New York hype. She was home. "Almost, my phone is broken," she told the news leader. Her speaking voice is a typical teenager's, with the added poise of someone learning to answer frequent questions from interviewers. "So I ran over to my grandma's house to borrow hers. Grandma's phone in hand." Roan explained her debut single, Good Hurt, is one of my very few co-writes, she said. She writes most of her songs on her own. To be honest, Roan said she had gotten a bit tired of Good Hurt before its release. "It's mostly about just being in a new relationship but wanting your old toxic relationship back," she said, "being addicted to that pain." A friend of hers, director Griffin Starred, took charge of the Good Hurt video with the concept of this weird spa where you have treatments to give you that good hurt feeling. Making the video made Roan enjoy the song again. "I saw it in a new light," she said. 2 days after Interview posted the video, Troye Sivan, an Australian singer-songwriter, actor and YouTube personality, passed it along to his 6 million Twitter followers. "Imagine this was your first ever song music video. So excited for your future at Chappell Roan less than 3 https://t.com/WIOID 6KTG9, Troye Sivan at Troye Sivan August 5, 2017. Meanwhile, Good Hurt made Spotify's weekly Buzz playlist alongside internationally known acts such as Juicy J and Phoenix. Within a couple weeks, the single netted Roan more than 100,000 listeners through the mobile platform. It was a culmination of a 3-year journey since Roan signed with Atlantic Records at the tender age of 16, snapped up because of her smoky, sensual voice, which is already drawing comparisons to pop stars such as Sia and cult artists like Lana Del Rey. "It is crazy when I hear that," Roan said. "It really freaks me out because I, never thought I was like them ever." She calls Sia one of the best vocalists of our time and Del Rey a huge influence. Roan's 5-track EP, School Nights, is due out September 15th. Later that month she begins a sold-out 3-city tour of Canada with vocalists Vance Joy and Amy Shark. It's her first concert series and her first trip to Canada, and maybe not her last. Good Hurt and School Nights are harbingers of a full album. "The EP is kind of little bits and pieces of the bigger story of what the album will be," Roan said. "There's a bigger picture that's coming. I'm really excited to do all this. It seems like it's taken a long time, but everything is moving fast, and I'm so happy and grateful for the response." Singer-songwriter Chappell Roan is from Willard. Her debut single, Good Hurt, made Spotify's weekly Buzz playlist recently. Photo screenshot: "This is Roan's life now. It's quite a change from her upbringing in Willard, but she's still tethered to home." She was born Kaylee Rose Amstutz and is the oldest of 4 children. Her mother, Kara Amstutz, is a veterinarian. Her father, Dwight Amstutz, manages the family practice. "Oh, totally, we're just a very normal household," Roan said. "No one in my family is musical, none of my cousins, no one in my immediate family is musical." But Roan began taking piano lessons at age 12. In 8th grade, she sang in a talent show and won. It was the first time she performed in public. She began writing songs the following year. "We just kind of took the traditional route once we found out I could sing," she said, meaning she tried out for America's Got Talent. "I was like 14, Roan said. I didn't make it. I had no idea what I was doing." But by 16, Roan was pitching record executives in New York. As she took her first steps toward an international singing career, she also performed as Kaylee Rose in Springfield. She chose her stage name more recently. "The picking of the name was the hardest part of this entire thing," Roan said. "It was the most stressful part." Her grandfather, PJC Insurance co-founder Dennis Chappell, was dying of cancer, and it seemed unlikely that he would live to see any of her music released publicly. "I let him hear rough demos, and I told him I was going to be Chappell in his honor," she said. Her grandfather's favorite song was an old country tune, the Strawberry Roan, so that also became part of her stage name. "He's just so proud of our family, and he was really supportive of me," she said, just like her parents and her siblings. "They always have been," she said. Not everyone in her life could say the same. "It did not go over the best in high school," Roan said. "Like when I got signed, some kids just flat out thought I was lying. It's like so taboo that nobody does that, and my music took 3 years to work on and nobody heard anything, so it was like, oh well, she really was lying, she wasn't lying, but neither did she expect to make the big time relatively quickly. After that first talent show, I didn't know I was good, Roan said. People were like, oh wow, you have a great voice. I told them I really had no idea. I really wasn't in choir. I was in 1 year of choir my whole career of school, and some musical theater, but I just started. My voice wouldn't fit with the choir, she added. It stuck out. Chappell Roan, a singer-songwriter from Willard formerly known as Kaylee Rose, recently made a deal with Atlantic Records. Photo submitted. Photo Warner Music Group. Katie LaFoon. Details on Roan, including links to her Spotify and multiple social media accounts, are at IamChappellRoan.com. Read or share this story. https://gfnow.co2x7w6ig